I'm Steve Forbes, and you're watching Traders Nation.
Welcome back. You are tuned in to Traders Nation. My pleasure to have with us here today Dee Carter, president of Dee Carter Financial Group. Dee, welcome to Traders Nation. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, Kurt. Thanks for calling.
You're more than welcome. Glad to have you on. So, listen, consumer spending, 6-year high, right? Retailers love that. But as Americans, we cut our savings to a 12-year low. Why the divergence, Dee?
Well, you know, what I'm seeing is with the things I'm watching and reading out here, especially in West Texas, and we're a little bit different probably from where they are in Phoenix, but the consumer spending went up by, nearly 4% in the last quarter, and we're seeing a lot of that was because people were looking toward 2018 and getting their more money in their pocket from their taxes, so they're actually overspent, I think, in that last quarter, and of course a lot of that is going toward we're seeing a lot of millennials that are really overspending. They're trying to keep up with the Joneses before they can make as much money as the Joneses make.
Right.
And that seems to be a real prevalent situation right now.
Sure. All right, so what you're saying is basically once the tax bill passed, there was already optimism from this administration in place. Business is optimistic. People are optimistic. Tax bill passed. Now all of a sudden there's that extra boost of optimism and that forward-looking to that tax break. So folks are saying, hey, I'm going to have more money then, so I might as well spend it now. Is that what we're talking about here today, Dee?
Yeah, I think that's probably what's going on, Kurt. And unfortunately, they're falling into the trap that a lot of people fell in. I mean, I guess everybody that I've talked to that comes through my office over the last 40-some-odd years, they fall into the trap of spending money before they make it, number one, not taking care of the future. They want to live for the right here and now. In fact, this group that is spending so much money right now, and we're talking about people really under the age of 35, the millennial group. My goodness, they're not putting any money for savings. They're not concerned about retirement. All they're thinking about is it's kind of like the old grasshopper and you know that story.
Sure.
And that's kind of what they're doing. They're not preparing for the future. They're spending it while they've got it, and they're going to wake up one morning and it's going to be like going to school and coming home and finding out your parents have moved. It's all gone down the drain, and they've done nothing about the future.
Yeah. So where'd they go? Where'd my parents go? I'm 35. Where'd my parents go? That's actually not a good thing to think about, and it makes me wonder when the millennials actually will wake up to the fact that you actually do need to start saving for your future because the numbers aren't going to add up. Makes me wonder where do they spend this at? Big item ticket items, little ticket items, are just going out to dinner more? What are they doing?
Well, what's going on right now, and it appears that about 2/3 of consumer spending right now is basically still on housing and health care and that sort of thing. Health care is a big factor, and those are things that obviously a lot of people don't have a choice about. They've got to have that. About 1/4 of that is being spent on non-durable goods, like clothing and that sort of thing. Sure. And still the rest is spent on durable goods, automobiles and appliances. That area has gone up considerably in the last year, the area of consumer goods. The durable goods, the automobiles, and that sort of thing.
Sure.
It just seems like that there's an attitude out there that you've got to have everything now instead of waiting for it or working for it, and they're really reaching out and they're overextending themselves. The credit situation is a terrible crunch because they're all going out and borrowing money. I was in an automobile dealer's agency just a couple of weeks ago and watched a bunch of young people buying overly expensive automobiles, and I'm sitting there thinking, my goodness, they don't realize what they're setting themselves up for. But this is what's taking place. I mean, the average American, the saving statistics in this country is ridiculous.
Yeah. So, the dealer's not going to mind selling that to them because they need their numbers up, right? So they're not going to help them out there. No, they're not going to. The credit thing, Donna and I talk about this all the time, which co-hosts the Traders Nation. We talk about this all the time. We're almost back to the point where if you got a pulse, you can get that car loan. And even if you can't afford it, you're going to be driving off that car lot. Not a good deal there. I don't think so.
I see too many people come into my office that are highly in debt, and they wake up when they're in their 50s, and it's amazing how many people in their 50s, Kurt, have no money put back for saving.
Right.
They really don't have what they should. I mean, if you're 25 years old, you ought to have at least 6 months to a year of your salary put back in savings. And as you get older and older, in fact, I read an article recently where it said by the time you reach 65, you should have 10 times your annual salary tucked away in the savings account. Now, realizing that's a pretty high number, and it's
Yeah.
hard to reach. But there are ways to get there.
Okay, and we'll talk about those. So what would be a good way, what's a strategy to get to 10 times your yearly salary to put that away? And kind of what's the time line on that?
Well, you know, the mindset is if they've got a 401k or if they've got a retirement plan, about nearly 70% of the people that have retirement plans are only putting in as much as they have matched. If they would go ahead and get out and put more in there out of that, that would be one big factor. Okay. If you've got a 401k and you're just doing your match, you're not doing yourself any favors. Sure. Go ahead and do more than the match. Do up to the maximum if you can. Yeah. And the younger you are and the quicker you start, the easier it is. Sure. It's amazing how many people don't realize that if you just put away a little bit at a time over a period of time, that really can, with compound interest, that thing can build up in a hurry. And you need to invest. You need to kind of diversify. The younger you are, the more diversified you ought to be. Sure. As you get older, you should become a little bit more conservative and start putting things perhaps more in income type products than growth. But there's ways to do it. But the main way, really, Kurt, is to go find someone that you can sit down with that you have confidence in, that's been around for a while, that can help you do the job. Because 90% of the people that are walking down the street don't have the ability to do it. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to find the products, how to find the things that they need. They need to go find someone that they can talk to.
Yeah, in fact, you're one of those people, and at the end of the segment, we're going to let everybody know how they can find you, so stay tuned for that. So, Dee, let me ask you then, because you said 401ks, what's another way, I think, on top of that, it's smaller, but it's still another way, is like bonuses from the company. You take that bonus. It's like found money, isn't it, Dee? You take it and you put it away. You're already budgeted to your expenses with your paycheck, and that bonus is found dough. Just throw it in, right?
That's like finding money laying on the ground, Kurt, is what that is.
It really
and you
is.
really need to use it that way. If you get a bonus go find a place to put it where it will stay there and be for you down in the future, instead of going out and buying another car or another boat or even a vacation home. I've got people that come in the office in their 30s and 40s that are trying to buy a vacation home in Ruidoso, New Mexico. It's not time for that. It's time to start putting your money away for. They're going to wake up one morning and find out they've made all the wrong decisions, and it may be too late to make a change.
Yeah, I tell you, one of the first things, and I won't belabor this, is certainly that bonus comes. There's actually people that have bonus parties. First thing they do before they even get home, on the day they receive the bonus, they go and start drinking. Me, I put it away. So inflation, it was tame last year, Dee, but real concern for 2018. What are your thoughts on that? We got probably about a minute now.
Well, my real concerns right now is the fact that we've got people out there that are either overspending and not saving and not getting help, not getting any assistance.
Sure.
They need to do that more than anything else.
Okay, all right. And then as optimism grows and the economy grows, what's your outlook for 2018?
Well, I think that as the economy grows, you're going to see some changes in what you can do.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be putting all of your eggs in one basket, and you don't need to be depending on that to happen. You need to act like there's going to be ups and downs in the economy, which there always have been. Yeah. And you need to plan for the tops and the bottoms just as well. Don't just get in there and try to cream off the tops. You're going to find yourself waking up one morning and you haven't done what you should have done. Plan regardless of what's going on.
Right.
Make sure your plans are consistent. And most people's plans just aren't that consistent.
Stay with it. All right, where can we find Dee? What's the website?
You can go to Dee Carter Financial at fixedincome.com. That's kind of a long, drawn-out thing, but it's Dee Carter Financial at fixedincome.com.
All right.
You can go to my email address.
Head on over there.
Email me, and I'll be glad to talk to you.
We'll be right back.